In last video we have covered the what is linked hash set and what is the features available with the linked hash set. Okay, and when we should go for the linked hash set. So next one is sorted set. So we already covered the hierarchy, right? So in hierarchy we have the set interface, then we have the implemented class like hash set, linked hash set, that we already covered. So next one is the child interface, basically that is sorted set. Okay, so after that we will cover navigable set and implemented class, that is tree set. So in this video we are going to focus on the child interface of the set, that is sorted set. Okay, so when we should go for the sorted set. Okay, what are the features available with the sorted set? The first one is it is the child interface of the set, right? Now when we should go for the sorted set, if you want to store the group of the object according to some sorting order, then we should go for the sorted set. As I earlier told you, in a hash set, the we can store the unique element. Duplicates elements are not allowed, but the insertion order is not preserved in case of hash set. In linked hash set, duplicates are not allowed. Duplicates are not allowed, but the insertion order is preserved in linked hash set. But you may have the requirement like the duplicate should not allowed, but what I want to store the element according to some sorting order, not according to the insertion order, right? Means consider the example, suppose I have the set of the integer number, then I don't want to store in a order of the insertion. I want to store in a ascending order. I want to store the element in a descending order. Or consider we have the set of the students in which I want to store the student element according to their marks, means own according to our order, right? According to some sorting order we want to store the element. That time we should go for the sorted set. Hope so guys you are clear. When we should go for the sorted, whenever we want to store the group of object according to some sorting order. Okay, that time we should go for the sorted set. Okay, so in sorted set the element stored according to some sorting order. The next one is duplicate is not allowed because it's a child interface of the set, that's why it will not allow the duplicate. Now the whether the single null is allowed or not, yes, single null is allowed, but in case of hash set, linked hash set, we can insert the null at any time. Means we can add the null at the starting, we can add the null at the end, or we can add it in the middle of the insertion operation, but only at the single time. But in case of sorted set, we can insert the null at the only beginning, means in the empty set only we can insert the null, because if we try to add the null in non-empty set, then it will throw the null pointer exception. Why? Because it stores the element in according to some sorting order. Okay, if you don't declare any sorting order, it will store the element according to natural sorting order. What is mean by natural sorting order? In case of numbers, it will store in a ascending order. In case of the string, it will store according to alphabetical order. Okay, that's the thing of default natural sorting. So when we try to add the element, then what it does, it compares the element with whatever the element we are trying to add with the element present in the set. So suppose consider we are trying to add the beginning only. It's a if it is a empty set. So at the starting there will be no comparison and directly element will be stored. That's why null will be allowed. Consider now if we are trying to add the element in the middle. Okay, so there are some element already present in the set. Now when we trying to null, so it is sorted according to some natural sorting order, right? So what it will happen, we are trying to add the null, so what it will do, it will compare the null with the existing element. So whenever there is a comparison and we find the null, immediately it will throw the null pointer exception. That's why the null is only allowed in the empty set only. So this is the next point. The next one is the most important thing. The element must be homogeneous and comparable. In previous videos we have seen the heterogeneous as well as the homogeneous element are the allowed here. Okay, but in case of sorted set, element must be homogeneous. Why? Because as I earlier told you, it compares the element and sorted according to the natural default natural sorting order. If you don't specify any order, it will sort according to natural order. So that time comparison is happening between the two elements, and to compare the element to element, it must be homogeneous, it must be of the same type, then only it will work properly, otherwise it will throw the class cast exception error. Okay, that's why element must be homogeneous and comparable. What is comparable? Comparable, it is one of the interface present in a Java which has the one method compare to. So what I told you earlier means it compares the element, right? So that time comparable comes in picture. So whatever the element we are trying to add, it should implements the comparable interface. Okay, so what are the elements which implements the comparable, like integer, string, char, all the primitive data type of wrapper classes implements the comparable, but string buffer does not implements the comparable. So whenever the element we are trying to add not implementing the comparable, that time we should implement the another interface called as comparator. So I will show you how that. Just keep in mind, element must be homogeneous and comparable for the default natural sorting order. And if you don't want default natural sorting order, you want in a your own way, then we should implement the comparator. So what is comparator? I will show you. The next one is sorted specific methods, sorted set specific method. So as I told you, sorted set gives us the set in a sorted order with default natural sorting order or whatever the order you want. Okay, so for that sorted set has the some specific methods which can be applicable on the only sorted set. So what are that method? Let's see. So let's consider I have this sorted set with the element from 100 to 800. So all that element are in a sorted order by default natural sorting order, that is ascending order. The next one is we have the element called as first method. This is the first method available in the sorted set. So it returns the first element of the sorted set. The method first returns the first element. So what will be the output here? 100. The next method is last. So it will return the last element of the sorted set. The output will be 800. The next method is head set, which takes the one input parameter. Return the sorted set with the element less than whatever the specified. So suppose consider we are giving as a 400. So what it will return? It will return the all the element less than 400. So let's consider the example head set of 300. So what it will do, it will return all the elements less than 300. So output will be 100, 200. The next one is tail set. Tail set, what will return? The element greater than whatever the element greater than or equal to. In head set, suppose I have given the 300, all the element less than, and if I given as a tail set, it will consider that element and above all the element. So suppose let's give the example as a tail set 500. So what it will do, the all the element greater than or equal to 500 it will return 5, 6, 7 and 800. Okay, so this is tail set. So next one is subset. So subset means, suppose I am giving the example of 200 and 500. Subset 200, 500. So all the elements greater than 200 or equal to and less than 500 means first element will be inclusive and second element will be exclusive. So it will return 200, 300 and 400 less than 500, right? So this is subset. So next is the very important method, that is comparator. So what is meant by comparator here? So comparator, just keep in mind, comparator gives us the order. Comparator gives us the order, in which order we want to sort the set, right? In which order we want to store the element in the set. So that is given by the comparator. By default, if you don't specify any comparator, if you want to go with the default natural sorting order, comparator will be null. But if you don't want according to default natural sorting order, you want your own specific order, like the student by marks or student by name, you want to store in that your own way, that time you should write the comparator. What is meant by comparator? Comparator nothing but one of the interface. Just simply suppose I want to store the student object, I have to implement the comparator object, and in comparator we have the method called as compare. We have to overwrite it, means how to sort it, how to order it, we have to write in our own way, that is called as a comparator, nothing else. Comparator gives us the order in which we want to store the element. So this is the most important method available in the sorted set, that is comparator. If we are using default natural sorting order, it gives the null, and if we are using another order, then it will return that comparator to us. So that are the specific methods, very important methods available in the sorted set.